more you get into it, the more comfortable you feel with it, the more... It's like, well, my eldest son became a vicar, so he had a calling. So my spirituality is different, but it's still that sort of calling. Yeah.
Yet he doesn't approve, does he?
Not a lot. But he's now settled into a nice big church in London.
But he sees what you do as the opposite direction and almost...
Well, because he won't really discuss it.
And you
Not
don't
in any depth.
And you don't really have a relationship with either of them, really, do you now?
No.
Or your grandchildren?
The younger one refuses point blank to have anything to do with me.
I mean, people watching this may be afraid because they may be at a point of going, I cannot live with this, whether it's they need to get away from a marriage or something, I'm not sure. But it's usually the fear of the consequences of taking action. And the consequences were you found yourself, you got out of a marriage that was incredibly limiting and stifling. You develop more of a spiritual awareness of more of who you are, and you gain a peace that way. But do you regret it on any level because of this disconnection now you have from your two sons?
No.
Why not?
They've just demonstrated all the way through that they're not prepared to meet me anything towards even halfway. And that's been disappointing because I have to take responsibility. I mean, disappointing for me. I have to take responsibility for the fact that I was instrumental in their growing years and their maturing years. But at the same time, they had 2 years of their father after I left, so I don't know what was said to them in that time. And I have never, ever said anything derogatory about him to our two sons. Now, that was a point of honour for me. I don't think that did me any favours, but I will never talk about some of the things that went on because it wouldn't help them.
Right.
And in any case, all they would say now would be, well, she's making it up. So they said I was making it up about the suicide thing. They've said I was making up this and that about other things. So that's their get-out clause.
So even with your son's religion, he's gone into the church, and there's still to me it sounds like a lack of understanding or a lack of empathy and compassion for where you were.
Dan, I send him lots of love every Mothering Sunday.
Right.
And
very good.
Visualise him stepping up into the pulpit and talking to all the other mothers. That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah. And I believe you. I mean, I've known Liz for quite some time, and when I found about the story, I used to think, she can't be okay with this. She really can't. I mean, how many people can be... And I got to know her Enneatype, and some of you will know what my Enneatype is. She's an Enneatype 2 with a 1 wing. So 2s are all about connection, and she's Cancerian as well. I'm Cancerian. I'm Cancerian family. We're family-oriented. So she's lost both of those things. So taking that action, but doing something that she absolutely had to do. Go on.
But come on, I've got a whole world here of family.
I know you have. Absolutely.
And
you have created your family, and you are like a mother figure to many people. Have been to me for quite some time.
And the appreciation I get for delivering healing. I mean, it's not me doing the healing; it's universe. But delivering that healing gift, spreading it around to people. I mean, that is absolutely immense. It's wonderful and it's so fulfilling. And I couldn't have done it in the situation where I was with them because they were so jealous. They used to tell me off if I went and helped anybody.
Liz is like an energy beacon. She kind of like she pulls people in from everywhere and anywhere. I went to one of her groups once. I'll tell this because this has just come to me. I went to one of her groups once. And that was the beginning of Open Minds, where lots of people with an open-minded view of life and spirituality and why are we here? What's all this about? And I sat next to a guy, ironically with a beard, I think he had, and he mentioned something about the church or whatever, and I turned to him and I said, do you go to church? And he turns to me and goes, I'm a vicar.
Yes.
I'll never forget that.
Open minds is something that I visualised 50 years before it started, would you believe? When I was 14.
Really? Yeah.
I'd heard about a group who got together and discussed philosophical things. I think I was in my late teens at that stage. And I thought, oh, what a wonderful thing to do, but I had to wait 50 years to do it. However, the thing is, you do it with more experience, more confidence, and whatsoever. Yes. So, I love it.
We're in the last 3 minutes. What spiritual learning have you really learned from everything that you've gone through in life? And also, is there anything that you would like to share with people who might be watching this, who might be struggling and think, I wish I had this woman's courage?
I think you have to learn to trust your inner voice. If you haven't found your inner voice, then find somebody you can trust to help you find it, like I did with the tutor on the course. You can read books and a sentence will jump out at you. But the thing is, once you take the decision, your steps will be guided. I made the decision and learned that I was destined to be a healer. And books started falling off shelves, hurling themselves at me practically, and courses started coming to me. And this is the whole point about being guided. You know when things are right for you. You know when the right people will come along to help you. And you have to learn that expertise, learn that reassuring way of living. It's not easy. I would recommend that people are always prepared, as I was, to make contact with whoever you've left behind, but it was not destined to be for me. And I agonised over that. I did for years. I mean, it was painful. But look at the bonus it's given me. It's trust, it's patience, and realising that no matter what you do, you are the only person who's going to accompany you to your last breath. The only guaranteed person to accompany you to your last breath. So you might as well get on with that person and not worry too much about the rest, because they can change, they can morph into other people, whatever. So, but I haven't got any great words of wisdom. Come on, Dan, it's me.
She has.
I'm ordinary.
As a two, she's moved to humility and humbleness, haven't you?
No, I'm just ordinary, and I've had an extraordinary life.
That's humility for you. Liz, thank you so much, and I shall see you soon. Thank you for
Lovely
watching.
talking to you, Dan.
Thank you.